Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I think my hair looks pretty good right now, actually. Usually it's pretty shitty looking. I've been setting this up for like an hour. I was telling myself, like, this is gonna be the best video I make. It's gonna be set up all nice. I'm gonna have lighting, and I'm gonna use my actual webcam. That shit did not work out, bro. I was getting rage baited by everything, dude. I had these little fucking shitty microphones, right? And I had plugged it in to charge it for a while. And while that was charging, I was setting everything else up, and all these cords and cables were getting all tied together and shit. Like, I have this long ass cable plugged into my webcam with and it's plugged into my computer right now. And I have this cable from this light in front of me going to the wall behind me. There's like a fucking spider web going across from this table to that one. Spider web of cords. And I had OBS set up. And I was like, all right, it's good enough. It's the idea is there. So I turned on OBS, and I forgot how shitty this webcam looked. Literally, bro, this shit's like a $50 webcam. Don't ever buy this shit, bro. Do not buy this shit. Boof ass webcam. Did not come out with this stand, by the way. It was just this webcam, but it's big. It's bulky, so you'd think like, all right, there's a lot of hardware in here. It's well built, but that's just not true. I should have gone with a more expensive thing that works longer. I've always told myself that. I've always told other people that too. It's funny how I just don't even listen to myself. I bought the fucking worst webcam I could. My friend one time got like fake AirPods. Yeah, like a little scooter and shit. I get it. Like, some people aren't as financially able to do things as you are, right? But I guess it is better. You know what? I think it is better because as a kid, like, toys that you want, you're not gonna be playing with them forever. So why would you go for the more expensive thing that you won't even be using forever? You just want to pay for it as long as you're gonna be willing to use it. So I think that is a smarter option to go with. But yeah, back to this. So I was trying to figure out, how can I get this in frame? How can I get me and this in frame? I have so many cool things over here, bro. I have like I didn't even touch it. I didn't even touch it, man. Oh my god. I have this money. I have this guy. I have this pink chair. I have this like CRT thing. I think I could probably put that. It works too. It doesn't actually display a picture, so I guess that means it doesn't. But it turns on, and it has like little static shit all over it. I have this screen behind me. I was thinking I could just take the input from the camera and display it there, so it's like an Inception going on. But it's also not a big enough screen. You wouldn't even be able to tell. But imagine I did this. Imagine I had a green screen behind me, and I set the input of the camera to display on the green screen, right? I don't even know if you could really do that live. Chroma keying, you can. Fuck, live streamers do it all the time, but... And this isn't even a live stream. I could do that in post-production. But no, I think you'd have to. Yeah, I think you'd have to do it during the recording for it to get that, like, camera inside of a camera inside of a camera effect. Now it's not gonna. Oh my god, bro. Can't do that. This is why I don't try with things, bro. You here. Stay. The headphones right there. Now it's kind of blinding me. I should just give up, bro. I'm not made for this stuff. Or even if I at some point did have the ability to do this, I definitely don't anymore. Spent too much time alone, not talking enough, and this is what happens. I like how black my shit looks though. No, but I don't know. Pack it inside my shoe. I put my foot in it while in my shoe, while not in this thing, in the shoe while it was still in there. And I don't care about shit in my shoes anymore. I feel like you don't have to be a super sensitive person to get annoyed at shit in your shoes. I think anybody does. Anybody and everybody. You're always trying to like shake a little pebble out your shoe. You know, go on a walk in the woods, it always just slips in there somehow. Even if you don't like run through the rocks, it just always goes up and over and in somehow, right? And it's the worst when you take the shoe off, you like shake it out and you see shit come out too, and then you put it back on and then there's still stuff in there. Like, bro, or it'll just be one thing that won't come out. Like, you'll take it off, you'll search for it in there, right? Search around, you won't feel anything. You'll put that shit back on your foot and it magically appears, like right in the middle of your foot, or like underneath your toe. I think that might be the worst spot, is when it's under like the big toe, or like right in front of it, or like in between the toes. Get me the fuck out. I'll walk barefoot. I will walk barefoot, bro. One time I had, the first reason I ever had to care about shoes that I buy was after one time because I never cared. I would wear like the most fucking ridiculous looking shoes just because my mom got it or whatever, right? When we were going shoe shopping, I don't give a fuck, bro. It's like watching her going grocery shopping. I don't care. The first thing I see, I just want to run somewhere, grab a shoe that's my size, and then dip out of there. Not steal it, pay for it first, of course. But one time I went on a walk with my homeschool teacher and my sister, I think. And I don't know if we went into the woods or something, or we were at like a fair. We used to go to like all these places on Long Island. It's just like the Arboretum, or like Vanderbilt, whatever. So one time we were walking for so long and I was wearing these low top shoes, right? There was barely, it was like I was basically on the floor. My foot was basically touching the floor. There was so little, right? There was so little cushioning there. And the worst part of the shoe was the back of it. It had that little hump on the back so you can like slide your ankle in. Even though I feel like that shit doesn't, bro, you could just get rid of that little thing in the back that comes up, because every time I'm trying to slip my foot in, it gives it like a little lip to catch and then go into the shoe with, and I just don't give a fuck, and I'll walk around like that. Because I'm not trying to like hook my finger in there to dig it back out. That shit pisses me off. But that little piece on the back, not saying that I did that and I just left it folded, but just from walking, my foot had this little bit of movement every time I lifted it, and there was a fucking blister on my foot. Fucking like the whole back of my heel was just like filled with fluid, right? And it gets worse. The blister fucking popped, and so now it's just like bare, like right underneath the skin's like rubbing with the back of it. Now that's getting all raw, and there's like, and I'm just like complaining. I was such a big fucking complainer, bro. I mean, who wouldn't, right? I felt like nobody was listening to me. I was like, God fucking damn it, bro, my foot hurts. And they're like, yeah, my feet hurt too. I'm 200 pounds. How do you think I feel? I was like, well, why don't you take a look at it? I didn't have socks on either. I think that was the problem. That was the thing I could have done differently. So I can't really blame it on the shoes. It was because I didn't have socks on. Okay, there's a lot of things I could have blamed on myself, right? But still, come on, bro, my shit was fucking burning. My ears burn. I think at some point they got a Band-Aid and they stuck it on there, but it was one of those little fucking baby ass Band-Aids. I didn't know if it had like a cartoon character on it. I've never stuck one of those on my body. Hell no. Hell no. I don't care how young I was, I did not want that shit on me. I'm not a fucking walking billboard. I wasn't thinking that deep about it, but I thought that shit was so lame. But it was just little enough to where the sticky parts of it were on the blister. So it was barely doing anything, and at some point the Band-Aid just came off. So now I have like this sticky shit on it, and it's just rubbing more, and it gives it more friction to. So it was really just awful, bro. I was out as soon as I got in the car, that shoe flew off my foot. Okay, like I'm Cinderella and I'm leaving the ball. It just flew off my foot, and I just had to like air it out. I just had to like have it sitting on my knee, just fanning it, whatever I could do, bro. Blow on it. I don't know. That's the thing about doing this, is it'll bring back some of the most like detailed memories that I haven't thought about in years. Like doing, you know, talking about whatever's on your mind, and then kind of forcing yourself to associate things with it to continue the talk it's like a brain hack. If you want to remember just the most random things, you can't control what you remember, just kind of goes like that. But like, I'm pulling memories that I haven't thought of in years. I haven't thought of that since it happened, which is crazy to me. I've been opening up my mind to a lot of stuff, not directly on like while I'm doing this, but sometimes I'm still doing it. I'm just like thinking like that, you know. This is a good framework for talking, but I'm still thinking like that. I'm just like thinking of things and then thinking of things connected to those things, and that's a really fun way to think. It's made me, it's brought entertainment to just sitting alone with myself, and I'm not like atrophying my brain. I'm actually doing something with it, you know. Sometimes it takes a lot of energy to be able to do this stuff. But another thing, we used to find these like big hills at these, because they always had like a big plain of grass somewhere around them, all these places. And I started rolling down this hill. Shit. Okay. I had to cut the video short. I got walked in on. Family cannot know that I do this shit either. So I need to like dim that a little. That's a little bit too bright. I walked outside because it's snowing out, and like the edge of my eye I saw a big yellow spot wherever I looked. So I know that this thing is just like burning my cornea. Might help. Or it'll just fall off. Oh my god. That's too much. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of it. Just diffuse the light. Slightly. Okay. That's a little more than slightly, but let's see. Can I? Just slide this over. All right, we're blinding ourselves today. So I don't know where I left off, but no, I was talking about my Band-Aid shoe ankle thing. And then I was talking about the hills at the Arboretum or wherever places we would go. There were some weird places. One of them was like it was like a Cosmo place. It was like a big dome, and it would have this projector. It was one of those like Dolby fucking surround vision things. Those are kind of dumb, I think. I mean, it's cool in the sense like you can look anywhere and it's just this whole scene that you're not actually in, but I don't know, bro. There's just so much going on. Like, you don't know where to be looking at. Like, I always feel like I'm missing something that's behind me. So, like, the whole time I was watching it, I wasn't really focusing on, like, the action point where things are happening. I'm looking around. I'm trying to see if they're, like, sneaking something in here behind me. I thought I was going to see the boogeyman. I wasn't scared of it, but, like, I mean, I was actually. Just the whole thing was really unsettling for me. It was the noises too. They had these like low humming noises playing through the whole thing, and it's showing like space and like how fucking expansive everything is. Like, it's terrifying, bro. That shit is a little bit scary, especially for the age I was. I was probably like 9, 8 years old, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if you still get scared of that shit. I had anxiety of. I still kind of have anxiety of like the outer space section of this galaxy world. I wanted to show you guys something. I might title the video after this because I'm so proud of it. I came up with a new way to flip people off. Aren't you sick of the old 3 middle finger? Aren't you sick of the let me search in the pocket and aren't you sick of all that? Right? Let me present to you what I call, I didn't come up with a name for it. You guys can coin the name. So what you do is you point, right? You go like this, you reload, and then you go. You like it? You go. I can't contain my excitement from how I came up with that. I was in the shower and I was just like, maybe I saw it somewhere. Who knows? I'm gonna look like a real big idiot if someone's already done that. And I don't know. But that other shit is so corny. Mine's tough. That whole that's dumb as fuck. Dumb as fuck. Let me search in my pocket. I think I lost something, bro. Let's see if I have it for you. Or no, you know what the worst one was? It was like, read between the lines. Read between the lines. Read between the lines. And me being the actual dumbass, intellectually challenged child that I was when I first saw that, I was like looking in between their fingers for something. Like, are you trying to show me something? Are you trying to direct my vision towards something? Yeah, I was a little dumb, to say the least. Shit. Okay, so if I was doing like a 17, if I got up to like 17 minutes, 17 minutes is halfway to 30, right? No. 20 is halfway of 30. 17 is close to 20. See, I'm still a little bit challenged. I'm working on it, bro. I'm working on it. I once saw this video of this guy who was talking about how he's intellectually, he had like a very low IQ and he was trying to like raise it. I don't know if he actually got to, but the way he was dressed, he looked like the revolting slob on his couch. He looked like this. I don't know if you ever saw this video. There's like an hour loop of the Portal theme song, and somewhere throughout the video they planted like a little clip of this guy in his fucking underwear, like shitting himself. I don't know what it, but those two things kind of like seemed, the camera quality, the way the guy was dressed, and it seemed like it could have been the same guy. I don't know. I have no fucking clue. I bet you the people who made that video were not I mean, they definitely weren't. It was probably some high schoolers to prank, some teenagers pranking each other or something. They just sent, they made the video and so send it to their friend who really likes Portal to listen to, and they're like, I sat here making faces yesterday. I wasn't gonna make a video because I was too out of it, but like I sat here making faces. I came up with some pretty funny ones. I don't remember them really, but I do remember I got a good chuckle out of doing them. I was trying to hold in my laugh. I don't want to attempt to try and rehearse them because if I do it wrong, I'm gonna look like, funny faces are very, there's a fine line from where you're just doing a weird face or you're just doing something that's actually funny. So I'm not trying to mess with that today. I'm not trying to play with that. I'm just gonna leave it be. Maybe I'll try one. Nah, I only remember one. It wasn't that good. I need different lighting for it to work. Lighting is a crucial aspect of making faces. Some of them. Some faces. So wait, if I forgot what I was doing before. If I had 17 minutes before, and I have 8 minutes, let's say 9, right? We have to do 10 more minutes of this. Okay. Right. What? No. Not 10 minutes. Like 5 minutes. Five minutes of what, bro? It's such a fucking frustrating thing. Sometimes I'll really hit a pot of gold with memories and stuff, and then other times I'm just sitting here thinking about what the fuck am I doing with myself. there was an episode of Goosebumps that I used to like. I don't even think to this day that I've ever seen all the episodes of Goosebumps. I think I just picked a few of them that I liked, because it's one of those things that's on Netflix, and it's been on like a couple different streaming services, I think, mainly Netflix, but they don't even have the rights to all the episodes, I think. Because every single character is its own intellectual thing. I don't know how it works. I don't know if you own Goosebumps. They probably didn't own Goosebumps. They just own like the characters, or like there's just the story, the little book. So they had to probably buy all those. It was probably so damn expensive to get all those too, which is weird. I mean, I guess they got the main ones that they had to. You know, what would Goosebumps be without Slappy, right? But that was the one I saw, and the thing about Slappy is that there was, I think, two episodes of it, and one of them is called Night of the Living Dummy, and the other one is called Night of the Living Dummy Part 3. So that's just the name of the story that they translated to video. What's that old ass meme? It was like anime, Netflix adaptation, and then the Netflix adaptation would be like dog shit. Yeah, I don't know, but this was, I don't know if it was a Netflix exclusive though. I think it was kind of, I'm pretty sure the way it was recorded and shit, it was probably like the same director that was making all the Are You Afraid of the Dark ones. Now, Are You Afraid of the Dark is like overall worse, but they have one episode that's the best. It's amazing. It was called like Zippy Zozo, Bozo the Clown. And he had a big cigarette, and it was at like a carnival, and you'd walk in, and it's like all these mazes and shit. And then you'd walk into this kid walked into this room, and he was surrounded by doors. He had to pick the right one. And then Bozo the Clown comes out, and he looks cool, bro. He looks sick as fuck. Two clowns that are like cool as hell from like horror movies or shows is that clown, and the one from Poltergeist, the second Poltergeist. The adaptation Poltergeist, not the revised one, the reloaded, rehydrated. You know, all those terms from like revisited franchise things. They'll come up with whatever. Moisturize. Re-squeezed. Redundant. No, it's retarded. But what was I talking about, bro? I don't know. Zozo Bozo the Clown. Good ass episode. He took the nose off this bitch, and then he haunted him. It was such a good idea too for an episode. I mean, it's cliche. Let me take the nose off this clown, but like the whole now the clown's haunting you and shit to give his nose back. It's like the guy from. It's like the character from. Are you scared of? Nope. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I have the book. That's what it reminded me of the name. I was confusing Are You Afraid of the Dark with Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. It's like the character from that's like, where's my toe? Except he didn't take the monster's toe. Although this Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark has probably the worst adaptation. They could have made a show out of that, bro, and it would have been better. I think that's what they should have done. Although, judging by the recent Goosebumps show that was made, I think that it's just times are different. You know, people have a different approach to making shit, and it doesn't work with the way things used to be. So we just need to find what we're good at now, and making adaptations of scary books is just not one of them. Like, it was so bad, bro. I'm a pretty avid hater of a lot of media, but like the Goosebumps show, where they were like, they played the fucking Travis Scott Goosebumps song. I don't even know how it goes. I got goosebumps in my room. I don't know, but they barely even showed like any of the. I think it was the same thing, where they just like had the intellectual properties of like the characters and not the actual franchise. So like they had like one good one, and then all the rest were like dog shit. I'm sure everyone has different preferences for all the stories that they liked from Goosebumps, but like the worm one, like it's just some guy coughing up worms. That's all I remember from it. Really, there was Slappy was teased at the end of it. I don't even know if they ever came up with a second season. And the design was ass. Terrible. Fucking terrible. They give him a fucking top hat or something. Made him look like he was from 1945. I mean, he was kind of like a slave guy, right? He did mention people being like his slave. Maybe he was maybe he's like his spirit is like a slave owner. I mean, that would explain it a lot. I don't know. Did he ever have like a whip? I'm pretty sure he did. Like, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. I don't know. But he would like molest kids, bro. Right? That's so weird, dude. That is so bad on so many levels, bro. You have like a 100-year-old spirit probably that's like talking to little kids. Yo, we need to get Slappy in jail, bro. We need to imprison him. I almost said like impregnate. I think he did have. I think it, like the bride, Slappy's bride shit. Was that not the missing episode? Was Slappy's bride? That was the one that like didn't exist, or I don't know, bro. There was the one where there was like the Goofy character at the end that came alive, right? And he's like messing with this whole family. And then there's the one where the two kids go to their grandparents' house, and one of them's like a photographer, and in the attic there's all these puppets and shit. And one of them is named like Bruno, and the dad is like obsessed with them. And the mom kind of wants to divorce him. There was that episode, and then there was like then there was the Slappy's bride. I'm pretty sure there's not 3 episodes, but in my mind there's definitely 3 that I've seen before. That's weird. But I think his bride is like, I don't know what's with all this shit and like ventriloquist characters, like horror characters. You got Chucky too, and there was like 12 different fucking versions of that. Not 12, I'm exacerbating it. Exacerbating. So yeah, basically all of the ones after the first Child's Play movie sucked. No, actually they were pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really invest myself in that. I didn't really care too much, but I think there was another Child's Play where it was like a modern version of it. I don't get why people can't just keep their their rights to like these properties, intellectual properties. Like, why can't you just buy it, right? Do something actually creative with it and then keep it. All that happens is people will buy it off someone who's made a movie before, make a shitty movie, and then sell it to the next person. It's like they go down the fucking conveyor belt. It's like, see how many people can cash out this fucking character. Is that all the movie industries come to? Just seeing how many, like, I think the biggest save there ever was with something like that was with Marvel. Because Spider-Man was kind of like up in the air, like all over the place. Bro, so many different people own that character, right? I think there was like 3 different versions of him. And you had like the shows and stuff too, but Marvel did with it, whoever's owning it all now, Sony, Disney, they had a genius idea to just buy, since they had the character already,